Alright, what's up everybody, back with another edition of Everyday Hoops. Yes, we are back. Hope you guys are having a good one. You know what we're doing today? We're recapping the games from yesterday, March 3rd, 2023. Only 4 games, so a little bit of a shorter one, but still has some entertainment as well as there is with every NBA night. Yeah, we're gonna get into the games, but before we do that, just want to say thank you for all the views on the shorts recently. Really appreciate it. It's led people over to the main channel. People are subscribing, so thank you. Really appreciate it. And if you like the content and stuff, you could hit the subscribe button, like, notifications, do all the stuff like that. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps out a lot. And yeah, let's not waste any more of your time. Let's get right into it. The first game we had last night was the Raptors and the Wizards in Washington. Big game. These are the 9 and 10 seeds in the Eastern Conference. And both of these teams are like really right next to each other, so this is a big game for them. For the Wizards, Porzingis came back after missing a few games with some injuries. He is back. Toronto's fully healthy. We go this game, and Kyle Kuzma starts this game off hot. Kyle Kuzma scores the first 10 points of the game, puts Washington up 10-0 very early. Looks like he's gonna have a big night. The Scotty and Pascal and Jakob a little bit as well. Bring the Raptors back into this game. The Raptors down 24-20 going into the second quarter. Go to the second, and it's Kyle Kuzma and Daniel Gafford provided a lot of energy, a lot of dunks, rebounds. He does. You know what he does. Kuzma and Gafford were playing really well in the second for Washington. But the Raptors kept it in. Gary Trent, Chris Boucher were doing things. The Raptors were down 5 at one point. Down 5 with 6 minutes left in the second quarter after Chris Boucher layup. But then the Wizards go on a 13-4 run and lead by 14, capped off on a Danny Avdija layup to make it a 14-point lead. Raptors, Pascal, Scotty, and Jakob do some things. The Wizards lead 59-50 going into halftime. Go to the third quarter. Porzingis then decides to show up. Porzingis hit some shots, got to the free throw line, dunks. He hit some shots in that third quarter. Bradley Beal as well. Bradley Beal didn't have a nice shooting game, but he did a little bit. The Wizards led by double figures multiple times. With Raptors, OG, and Jakob were keeping them in the game. The Wizards led 89-78 after 3. Going to the fourth quarter, and the Wizards start the fourth on a 10-2 run led by the bench. Jordan Goodwin, Kispert, but then Kyle Kuzma as well. And they take a 19-point lead at one point. OG Anunoby and Jakob tried to bring the Raptors back, but Kyle Kuzma and Kristaps Porzingis with his shots to close the game out. And the Wizards win 119-108. Big win for them. The Wizards shot 51% from the field. They had 14 threes as a team. The Raptors shot 9 for 33 from 3. And yeah, it was really Kuzma and Porzingis really put this game away on the Raptors. The shooters weren't really consistent in this game. Kuzma finished with 30, 5 and 5, 10 for 24 shooting. He had 4 3-pointers. He was hot early and kept it up throughout the entire game. Porzingis had 25 and 5. He showed up in the second half. He shot 8 for 12. He had 2 blocks as well. Daniel Gafford had a big game, 18 and 5, shooting 8 for 10 from the field. He brings a lot of energy down there as a big man. Bradley Beal had 15, 5 and 5, and 5 of 14 shooting. Corey Kispert had 10 off the bench, and then DeLon Wright, 7, 6, and 11 assists with 3 steals. He's been very good recently because Monte Morris hasn't played a lot because of his back. A good one from Washington for Toronto. OG had 26. He shot 9 for 16, he had 4 threes. Jakob had 23, 13, and 4 with 3 steals, 2 blocks. He shot 8 for 9. He was amazing. But then everyone else just not consistent. Fred VanVleet, 14 points, 8 assists. He shot 5 for 17 and 2 for 11 from 3. Pascal had 13, 11, and 6. He shot 6 for 16. Scotty had 14. He shot 6 for 15. Boucher had 12 on the bench, but then Gary Trent had just 4 points. He only played 18 minutes. He shot 2 for 7. The Wizards Raptors are tied in that 9-10 spot. I guess the Raptors have the tiebreaker. But still, that was a huge win from Washington last night. They won 2 in a row. And both of them only a game behind Atlanta for the 8th spot. So yeah, that Eastern Conference playing is very, very tight in there. Next we have the TNT games. Sixers, Mavs, Joel Embiid, after not playing against the Heat, comes back and plays against Dallas. And the Mavericks needing a win. The Mavericks 1-4 coming into this game with Luka and Kyrie together. For the Mavs, Luka starts off early, Luka is the best first quarter scorer in the league. He was doing it in this game as well. He had a lot of shots in the first, but then Harden and Embiid as well for the Sixers got off to good starts. The Mavericks led 38-37 after one. A very high scoring game. We go to the second quarter, and it's very back and forth. Very good second quarter, very back and forth. A lot of make shots. We got Kyrie starting it, Christian Wood. But then D'Anthony Melton, Tyrese Maxey were hitting shots for Philly. You know, Kyrie was doing a lot. It was very, very back and forth. Luka hit a floater at the end of the second quarter to lead 71-67 going into halftime. But then we go to the third quarter, and the Dallas Mavericks pop off in the third quarter. The Mavericks start the third on a 21-5 run led by Kyrie and Luka. The 3-point shots, and Reggie Bullock as well got in there. And the Mavericks all of a sudden led by 20. And yeah, the Sixers just couldn't keep up with Dallas. Dallas is shooting. Dallas is 3-point shooting. The Sixers, I've noticed recently, haven't been guarding the 3-pointer as well. And the Mavericks made him pay. The Mavericks were up by 20 multiple times. Maxi Kleba, who just came back from injury, got in on it. And Luka took over the end of the third quarter. The Mavericks shoot 13 for 20 from the field in the third quarter, hitting 9 of their 14 threes. And they lead 110-91 going into the fourth quarter. It looked like the Mavericks were going to pull away with this thing. But then the 76ers, Tyrese Maxey, the Sixers start the fourth quarter on a 16-0 run to cut the lead down to 4, led by Tyrese Maxey. Out of those 16 points, scored 10 of those. He was on fire in the fourth quarter, back in his hometown in Dallas, and he cut it to a 4-point game. And it looked like the Mavericks, who just came off a 27-point blown lead to the Lakers, were going to do it again. But Kyrie Irving hit a couple of threes. Luka hit some threes, and Reggie Bullock was big in this game as well. The 3-point shot for Dallas was just hidden in the second half. Tyrese Maxey was trying. Tyrese Maxey was really trying to bring this team back. But it was just every time the Sixers would get it to like 11, the Mavericks hit a 3. Kyrie would hit a shot. Joel tried near the end of the fourth, but I would like to see him get a little bit more aggressive earlier in the fourth quarter. And Harden didn't really do much in the fourth quarter either. He wasn't really trying to score. He hit 1 3-pointer late. But he didn't really try to be aggressive in that fourth quarter either. And the Mavericks end up winning 133-126. The Mavs shoot 55% from the field. They hit 25 3-pointers. The Sixers shot 58% from the field, but they hit 12 threes. The 3-point shot was king. And then Luka and Kyrie combined for 82 points in this game. Luka finished with 42 and 12 assists. He hit 7 threes, and Kyrie finished with 40 and 6 assists. He hit 6 threes. And this is only their second win together. 2-4 record now together, but that was a huge win, especially against a really good team in the Sixers. That was a huge win, probably a big confidence booster for both of them. They were both just going back and forth. You know, like Luka started the game, Kyrie finished the first quarter good. Then Kyrie started the second quarter good, Luka finished the first half good. And Kyrie started the third quarter good, Luka finished the third quarter. You know, it's like they're going back and forth every shift. Like every half quarter, it was like, all right, Luka, your time, and then Kyrie, now it's your time. And Luka, here you go. Kyrie, now it's you. So that's what it should be. It should be them going back and forth with each other. You know, every like half quarter should be like, all right, Luka starts his game off, then Kyrie finishes the first half. And Kyrie starts the second quarter, Luka finishes the second quarter. Kyrie starts the third, Luka finishes. Like, it should be like that. You know, that's how they should play. And they got a lot of help from their shooters. Reggie Bullock hit 5 threes in this game. He had 15 points, and Christian Wood had 10 off the bench. Yeah, they got a lot of help. Tim Hardaway and Maxi Kleber both hit 2 threes in this game as well. That were big. And yeah, 3-point shot was king. For the Sixers, Joel finished with 35 and 8. He shot 13 for 21. Again, wanted him to be more aggressive in that fourth. Tyrese Maxey, 29 points. He went off in that fourth quarter, trying to keep him in the game. Max actually started this game. They changed the starting lineup back to what it was earlier in the year, so D'Anthony Melton came off the bench. James Harden had 27 and 13 assists. Did most of his work in the first half. I'd like to see him do a little bit more in the fourth quarter. D'Anthony Melton had 12, 7, and 6 of 5 steals, and then Tobias had 10 in this game. But yeah, Mavericks now jump up to 6th after that one win, which made the second TNT game even better. But we're going to get to that after we talk about the Pacers and Spurs real quick. The Pacers, no Tyrese Halliburton in this game, so there's no reason to watch it. But I still did. For the first quarter, Buddy and Miles Turner were taking over. First quarter, both of them were leading the Pacers. For the Spurs, was Zach Collins and Jeremy Sohan. The Pacers led 29-21 after the first quarter. The second quarter, Chris Duarte Started off really well, scoring the first couple of baskets for Indy. But then Devin Vassell for San Antonio, who came back, came off the bench, 6 man. Really disappointing he hasn't played that much this year because he's actually been playing really well when he does play. He just hasn't played a lot this year. Devin Vassell played really well in the second quarter for San Antonio. Jeremy Sohan as well was keeping the Spurs in it. The Pacers led 54-52 at half. But then we go to the third quarter, and the Spurs start the third quarter on a 15-3 run to take a 10-point lead, led by Jeremy Sohan, Devontae Graham as well. And the Pacers just couldn't hit shots, and the Spurs were hitting them. Took a 10-point lead in the third quarter. Jeremy Sohan and Devin Vassell were leading them in the third. Pacers just didn't have, with Tyrese Halliburton out this year, it's clear to see that Tyrese Halliburton runs their offense, and without him, they don't really have any consistent offense running. It's just a lot of dudes out there trying to score. No one that's setting everybody up. The Spurs led 83-70 after 3. We go to the fourth quarter, and Zach Collins, Devontae Graham close out this game. The Pacers again just didn't have enough shot making. The Spurs were playing really well, hitting a lot of shots. The Spurs eventually won 110-99. Spurs shoot 46% of the field. Both teams didn't shoot that well from 3. But yeah, the assists. The Spurs out-assisted Indiana 31-23. They also out-rebounded Indiana 50-40 and had 13 offensive rebounds. Back-to-back wins for San Antonio after going on a 16-game losing streak. And that's something. Jeremy Sohan, a great game, 22-13. Shot 11 for 26. But yeah, he's one of my favorite rookies to watch. He's just so unique, Like, he does so many things on both ends that you don't find many players like Jeremy Sohan, Devontae Graham had 18 points, hit 5 threes. Zach Collins had 18, 6 of 5. Devin Vassell had 18 off the bench. And then Keita Bates-Diop had 10 points. Keldon Johnson also didn't play in this game for San Antonio, by the way. They still found a win for the Pacers. Buddy Hield had 27. He shot 12 for 17, 2 for 3 from 3. He's trying to do a lot more than just shoot threes in this game. Chris Duarte had 18 and 9 off the bench. Miles Turner had 14, 3 blocks. TJ McConnell and Jordan Ward each had 10. But yeah, Bending Mathurin only played 15 minutes. At 7 points. Aaron Nesmith didn't score. Andrew Nemhard missed all of his shots. The Pacers just couldn't really get any consistent offense going for them without Tyrese. And now we go to the last game, the second TNT game, Clippers-Warriors in this game. Very good one. First half was very, very back and forth. The Clippers, Eric Gordon started in this game because Marcus Morris didn't play. Plumlee also started this game because Zubac didn't play. But still very good team for the Clippers. This is a very good start. Westbrook and Plumlee started out really good for the Clippers. For the Warriors, there's Draymond. That was doing everything to start this game. Very back and forth. Clippers led 27-26 after 1. We go to the second quarter. Jordan Poole does some stuff for the Warriors, but the Clippers bench, guys like Nick Batum, Bones Highland, Norman Powell, build a lead a little bit for the Clippers, and then Paul George and Westbrook come in and play really well. It was a 3-point game at one point with 6:21 left after Anthony Lamb hit 2 free throws. But then the Clippers end the first half on a 16-9 run led by the big 3 of PG, Westbrook, and Kawhi. And the Clippers led 56-45 going into the second half. And then the third quarter, Jordan Poole. It's the pool party. The pool party commences. Jordan Poole puts up 22 third quarter points. Hitting threes, getting to the rim and ones, handles, just having fun out there. Brings the Warriors all the way back. But it wasn't even just him. Dad DiVincenzo had a big impact. Kuminga as well. Clay hit some shots. Of course, Draymond doing Draymond things. And the Warriors all of a sudden take an 87-72 lead after the end of the 3. They put up 42 in the third quarter. Outscored the Clippers 42-16. The Clippers offense just goes numb, which has been happening a lot recently in the last few games, which is why they're on a losing streak. Their offense just goes numb at some points. And the Warriors took advantage. Jordan Poole took advantage. He dominated that third quarter. And we go to the fourth quarter. The Warriors start the fourth on an 11-2 run, taking a 23-point lead or 24-point lead. And then after that, it was done with. The Warriors win 115-91. Big win for them. They shoot 42% of the field, hit 14 threes. They force 16 Clipper turnovers. They out-assist the Clippers 25-19. They also out-rebounded the Clippers 60-47 and had 15 offensive boards. Jordan Poole had an amazing second half. He finished with 34 points. He shot 9 for 20, hit 5 threes. He was electric out there. Clay had 19 and 11 rebounds as well. Jonathan Kuminga was big off the bench, 19 and 7 with 2 steals. He hit 3 threes as well, which is something to keep an eye on. Draymond 11, 9 and 9. Kevin Looney had 11 and 8, and then Donte DiVincenzo had 11 boards with 5 points. For the Clippers, Kawhi had 21 and 7, 2 steals, 2 blocks. He shot 8 for 12. Would like to see him take more shots. Feel like he wasn't as aggressive as he should have been. Eric Gordon had 16 points. He was decent out there. Mason Plumlee 12 and 20 rebounds. He had 14 in the first half. He was really good out there. But yeah, Paul George 11 points. He shot 3 for 15 and 1 for 8 from 3. He didn't have a good shooting game. Westbrook had 8 and 6 assists. He shot 3 for 12. And their bench didn't provide anything. Norman Powell shot 1 for 9. He had missed all of 7 of his threes. The bench didn't provide anything. And with Paul George and Westbrook not playing well, it was just all bad for the Clippers, especially in the second half against the Warriors, where Jordan Poole took off. And yeah, the Clippers are the 5 seed now in the West. Clippers have won 4 in a row. The Warriors have won 4 in a row. They're 33 and 30. They're a game behind the Suns for that 4 spot. When the Clippers are on the opposite and they lost 4 in a row, they dropped to the 7 seed. And now they're only a half game above the Timberwolves in that 8 for the 8 spot. So yeah, both teams going in very opposite directions. With Stephen Curry on the return, Chris Haynes reporting during the game yesterday that Steph Curry, aiming to make his return Sunday against the Lakers. That'll be fun. But yeah, the Clippers really struggling. Lost 4 in a row. It's just their defense has not been good, but their offense is something. Their offense has had a lot of key moments in the games where they just go numb at some points randomly, which is really crazy because they have so much. They have Kawhi, Paul George, Westbrook, but they got guys like Eric Gordon, Nick Batum, Bones Highland, Norman Powell are supposed to be like kind of instant offense off the bench. Why they traded for some of those guys, but they just Eric Gordon and Bones Highland haven't been that consistent. Norman Powell's been really good. He had an off day today, but yeah, their offense just goes nuts at some point. And when you don't have an elite defense or a good defense, your offense going numb is like the worst thing that can happen to you when you can't have the defense to back it up, So Clippers definitely need to get better on defense, figure out a plan on defense. But yeah, but also Ty Lue needs to figure out some rotations as well because they have so many players that need minutes on their team that it's very tough to have a consistent rotation when you're trying to figure out what players work together and stuff, and you only have like 20 games left, and you're in a playoff chase. So yeah, but the Clippers, if anyone can figure it out, I feel like Ty Lue can, and I think the Clippers will be okay. It's just, just going through a rough patch right now, which is probably the worst time to go through a rough patch. And they play the Kings again, the Kings today, so that losing streak might be increasing. But yeah, that was all the games from today. Solid slate as well, but now we got Friday, a lot of games today, and yeah, very excited for it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, subscribe, like, notifications, do all that stuff. I really appreciate it. Also at Twitter, at EverydayHoops10. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.